The Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, KBC, has been named among the top 10 best parastatals in Kenya 2026 in a survey conducted by the Kenya Track Survey. This recognition celebrates state corporations that are transforming lives through effective service delivery, and KBC is proud to be among them. For decades, KBC has remained Kenya's trusted public broadcaster, delivering reliable, accurate, and trustworthy information to citizens across the country. From public communication and civic education to emergency messaging when it matters most, KBC continues to serve the nation with responsibility and integrity. We have expanded local content and indigenous language programming, promoting culture, unity, and national cohesion. We are also embracing the future through digital transformation with online TV, radio streaming, and active social media platforms, bringing KBC closer to you anytime, anywhere. To our loyal viewers and listeners, we say, KBC, informing the nation, connecting Kenya.
Halo, nani mwenzangu?
Yes, hello. Yambo kiongozi. Unaongea na Simon na tumeona hii shamba yako iko na nafasi nzuri sana ya kuwekelea transformer. Na sisi tuko tayari kukupea 3 million Kenya shillings kama leasing fee.
3 million? Sio ni dili nzuri sana. Na hii mama inenangaje?
Utatupatia 10% ya hiyo 3 million kwa rakichi installation ndio ulipwe haraka.
Hapana bana, hiyo pesa ni mingi bana.
Tunaweza anza na 100k, hiyo sikupatia wasiwasi.
Unaweza ituma wapi?
Kumbe ya matapeli wamekumark na wamepiga hesabu vile watakuingiza box. Red flag ya kwanza. Kenya Power hailipi mtu yoyote space ili kuweka transformers kwa shamba. Hakuna mtu anafaa kupigia for any deals. Na hakuna deals za kando kando.
Kwanza nakata hii simu na naripoti sai.
Tumekuja kuwashika. Muda boss utamulikwa. Tumekuja kuwashika.
This is the Legends Edition. A warm welcome from wherever you're joining us. My name is Yambo. Let's take a look at what's coming up in the news. Rooting for the president. Top governmental officials take the two-term message to Nyeri County and rally the region to back the ongoing development projects.
Ile kikundi kingine sio chama cha ODM, hiyo ni kikundi kingine hatuelewi.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? Discord continues to rock the Orange Party as Linda Ground and Linda Mwananchi factions take the messages to Kakamega and Siaya counties.
Sijaamini. Ni kama vile ulikuwa unasikia wana wa Israeli wakitoka huko Misri walikuwa wanaona ni kama ndoto.
And when life gives you a second chance, see how a man in Kirinyaga County is taking his best shot after life in prison. Glad you could make the time for us. Helping me on the sign language is Byron Abule. Let's kick off this bulletin with matters politics, where top government officials have intensified efforts to rally residents of Mount Kenya region behind President William Ruto's administration. The officials took government services to Nyeri County, where they urged residents to support ongoing development projects and ignore the political rhetoric propagated by the opposition.
Top government officials from Mount Kenya region camped in Nyeri County for a Thanksgiving service for Gender Principal Secretary Anne Wang'ombe and to engage the citizens on various government policies, programs and projects.
We have realized that there are many services that government offers, but watu hawaelewi, hawajui. Ndio tukaamua tukuje sisi wote. We give, we demonstrate what we have and we give the services.
Hapa tuko na damu inajengwa hapa. Rais ametupatia stima at 754 million shillings ya kuwekea watu 9,800. Hiyo ni kazi, sio kazi.
The leaders, while rallying the residents behind President William Ruto's administration, said the region was the biggest beneficiary of appointments and development projects.
Sasa tutawezaje kuacha manufaa yenye tunaona, yenye tunanusa, yenye tunagusa, ndio tuanze safari ya kuganga yajayo?
Inspector General Douglas Kanja called on the residents to work with the security agencies in eradicating drugs and alcohol abuse.
Wale watu wanauzia vijana wetu bangi, kwani wanakaa wapi? Si wanakaa na sisi? Hiyo watu inua kitu inaitwa red flag, sema huyu ndio anamaliza vijana wetu, si ni kweli?
Head of Public Service Felix Koskei, who was the guest of honor, assured the residents that Kenya Kwanza administration will continue delivering on its promises.
Hatutafuti serikali huko kwingine, serikali ni hii. Na ni vizuri kuendelea na serikali na kukaza serikali na kusupport serikali ili results ionekane vile ilikuwa imesemwa na imekubalika.
The Mount Kenya caucus of national executive officials will continue touring other counties within Mount Kenya region in a bid to demystify government as well as rally the public behind President William Ruto. Gishuki Washira from Nyeri County.
Thank you, Gishuki Washira. Orange Democratic Movement Party leader Oburu Oginga maintains that the pre-election coalition talks with the ruling United Democratic Alliance are unstoppable and will not be distracted by the Sifuna-led faction. Oburu, who took the Linda Ground rally to his Siaya County backyard, insisted that while ODM will back President Ruto's re-election bid, the Orange Party must get its deserved share of the next government. And as Weekly Vocation now reports, the Oburu wing of the Orange Party further claim that the broad-based government remains committed to implementing the 10-point agenda which formed the cracks in ODM.
Dressed in full orange colors, the Oburu-led faction of the ODM party took its Linda Ground campaign to Siaya County, seeking to solidify its support base as the Orange Party prepares to begin pre-election talks ahead of next year's general polls. Oburu and allies telling off the Sifuna-led faction over the talks with the UDA.
I don't know why some people are saying that we are in a hurry. We are in a hurry going where? We are not in a hurry because everybody is now preparing for next year's election.
Oburu Odinga ndiye anaongoza chama cha ODM. Ile kikundi kingine sio chama cha ODM.
Reiterating their backing for Ruto's re-election, Oburu and the team, however, maintained that they must get what befits the party's stature in the next government.
Sisi pia kama ODM tunataka kujua tutapata nini kwa hiyo serikali. Hapana lete hapa kusema tu tutam. Tutafanya tutam lakini weka vitu kwa meza.
We are also going to negotiate on sharing of positions, which includes sharing power.
They reassured that the implementation of the 10-point agenda is well on course.
Pesa ya county tutaongeza ifike kiwango ambaye baba alikuwa anataka, ambaye ni 450 billion shillings. Tumekubaliana pia na hiyo.
Na tunaingia bunge kufanya ile mambo ya compensation. Tunataka tuangalie mambo ya youth employment katika ile 10-point agenda.
The Linda Ground team also used the opportunity to make their case for ejecting Sifuna from the Secretary General position.
Liwe liwalo, wende waje, waskume tukisukuma, chama kitabaki chama cha ODM.
The broad-based government sympathizers further rallied the locals behind President William Ruto, claiming Nyanza region's interests are safe under Ruto's administration. Reporting for Channel 1 from Kisumu County, I am Wycliffe Okech.
From Siaya, let's head to Kakamega, where the Orange Democratic Movement faction, led by Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino, and Siaya Governor James Orengo say it won't be intimidated from holding nationwide rallies to express their views on the state of affairs in the country. Their Linda Mwananchi rally, held at Amalemba grounds in Kakamega County, was largely peaceful despite earlier security concerns. Supporters, however, endured moments of tear gas canisters being thrown at the crowd.
The Linda Mwananchi faction of the Orange Democratic Movement, led by Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, Embakasi East MP Babu Owino, Siaya Governor James Orengo, and ODM Deputy Leader Godfrey Osotse, among others, met through their ward to hold a political rally in Kakamega County. The leaders and supporters marching through the streets of Kakamega town to their Malemba grounds. Here they took a swipe at the Oburu Oginga-led faction, saying ODM needs rejuvenation to continue the late Raila Odinga's legacy of fighting for democracy.
Oburu Oginga anasema ati ODM hatutaki kuwa president. Anasema ODM hatutaki deputy president. Tunamwambia leo tukue Kakamega. ODM iko na viongozi wametosha kuwa rais. Wanafunzi hapa kwa vyuo vikuu helba haitoki, karo ya shule iko juu, kisha tukiwapigania wanatupiga na tear gas.
But when it was Sifuna's turn to address the residents, tear gas canisters were thrown into the crowd, momentarily disrupting the meeting. However, supporters regrouped and the rally continued.
Uliweka mkataba na baba Raila Amolo Odinga ya kwamba utaheshimu haki za watu kukutana kwa amani jinsi ambavyo tumekutana hapa. Kwa nini unatutupia tear gas? Hiyo si ni kukiuka mkataba na baba?
The leaders, including James Orengo, said they will not be intimidated from conducting political rallies across the country, as freedoms of speech and assembly are guaranteed in the Constitution.
Wanataka kuua chama cha Raila Amolo Odinga.
Vijana. Give us Minor Legends Edition.
Ukishika mwalifu leta yeye hapa juu.
Kasarani Member of Parliament Ronald Karauri has declared his ambition to join the Nairobi gubernatorial race in the 2027 general elections. Speaking while issuing bursaries to grade 10 learners, Karauri said he will decide later on which party to vie on. Karauri is serving as an independent candidate.
Wananchi lazima wachague ni nani wanataka awafanyie kazi. Kwa hivyo hapo mbele 2027 mimi itakuwa hapo nikiitisha kiti ya governor. Watu wa Kasarani, mmenikubali niende hapo? Mmenikubali? Mmenipea ruhusa? Kwa hivyo mimi siwezi wa let down, si ndio? Munishikilie, bila nyinyi hakuna mahali naweza enda. Nikiwa na nyinyi najua naenda mpaka pale mwisho.
To other news now, where a dispute is brewing in West Pokot after a section of the area leaders opposed an alleged move by an investor to deny locals access to gold mining sites in Laminyausi and Kambe Karaya areas. Pokot South Member of Parliament David Pokosing, in defending the rights of artisanal miners, said no one will be allowed to drive a wedge between members of the mining community who have fully engaged themselves in gold mining for a living.
Kambe Karaya and Laminyausi areas gold mining sites hundreds of local artisanal miners at work to earn a living from the small-scale extraction. What began as a gold rush that fostered cooperation between communities has now evolved into a bitter contest over access, licenses, and authority over who controls the sites. While on a tour of the affected areas, Pokot South Member of Parliament David Pikosing, accompanied by other leaders, reiterated that it was in the mines that the communities around have lived in peace and they will not be divided on the mining issue.
Na hii watu wote iko Turkana, iko Pokot, iko Somali, iko kila mtu. Na wamaishi na amani. Na hakuna mtu analishia mtu kwa nyumba yake. Mtu anajitaribu anatafuta gold yake kidogo kidogo analisha nyumba yake. Na hakuna vita sahihi kainuk baina ya Wapokot na Waturkana. Hao watu wote wameshiba kwa sababu ya gold yanakula hapa.
The legislator condemned the alleged intrusion by Okech Sala, who is claiming to own the mines.
Sisi nasema Sala, tumejua ukora yako. Wewe hauchimbi gold. Wewe haununui gold. Hata hapa Kambikarai hata una hata generator. Hana generator. Alafu wewe unakuja kufukuza Wapokot wenye wamekula gold yao. Atoe umenunua shamba ya Pokot yote kama nani?
The leaders cautioned Sala against using the president's name to take control of the mines.
Sisi nasema na mimi naambia Wapokot, Sala asitumie jina ya president, sawa? Sala asitumie jina ya Masengeli, sawa? Na sisi nasema kama Wapokot hatutaki Sala kukanyaga West Pokot tena.
Naomba kama kiongozi wa sehemu hii tukiongozwa na gavana wetu kwamba huyu Sala aweze kuitwa akae Nairobi na aongeleshwe kwamba asiweze kutumia jina ya rais.
Calling on the Mining Cabinet Secretary Hassan Joho to take up the matter and prioritize it in a bid to maintain peace in the area. In his defense, Sala assured the residents that they will be following the mining laws to the latter once they begin the works.
Sheria imekuja ya kwamba wale watakuja kuchimba madini hapa watakuwa watu wanaofuata sheria na nidhamu za Wizara ya Madini.
For Legends Edition, I am Anburu.
And that story by Anburu brings us to our first break of the bulletin. We'll be back with more news.
Yes, hello. Naongea na Jen.
Naongea na nani?
Yes, Jen, tuko hapo kwako tunakata stima. Hii bili yako hujalipa.
Ai, kwani mnakata stima na Friday afternoon?
Yes, madam. Tunafanya kazi kila siku. Lakini usikuwe na wasiwasi. Hapa tunaweza saidiana.
Kims, nikatie stima hii weekend mimi.
Haina wasiwasi. Ukitupatia kama 2K ya lunch, tunaweza acha kukata sisi turudi ofisi.
Mimi niko na 1K tu.
Basi tuma 1500 tumalizane.
Sawa.
Umesikia? Wanajaribu kuchezea Jen hapa game rough kuruka. Sikiza. Hakuna mtu anafaa kukupigia simu akuambia ulipe kitu kidogo ama utoweka kitu ya lunch ati ndio usikatiwe stima. Na kama kuna mtu anakupigia akidai ati kwamba uko na deni, kata hiyo simu haraka.
Oh, kumbe mlikuwa mnataka tu mniponde.
Tumekuja kuwashika. Boda boss utamulikwa. Tumekuja kuwashika.
Niko na shida, naweza taka unisaidie.
Wache uongo. Mimi ndio mwalimu mkuu wa hii shule.
Na haja ya kwenda kwa ofisi ya OCS.
And where are the requirements?
Chief alisema tutazipata hapa.
Sasa hii ni kazi gani tunafanyishwa shule?
Upate watoto wako 10, mimi nipate watoto wangu 10, kiwiki tunapatiwa off.
Hapana, mimi nayo zivunda.
Mama wewe.
Wewe nani wampigia kelele hivyo?
Mama unaharibu mama.
Nini unachoma hapa hivi? Nachoma nini?
Wacha basi tufanye till.
I'm not of that class.
Mama, hizi ni nini umevaa? Kwani uchaburaia? Mahali nimefika kwa hii maisha naweza hata kunywa shangaa ile nawaka.
Mimi nangoja tu.
Wakati sina wanipa nitakacho.
Suti imemkaa vyema hata nzi ya mshata. Tusijifanye mateka wa kukitupa cha kwetu.
Cheti akina nafasi yoyote katika maisha ya mwanadamu. Je, ni kweli?
Vyeti vingi vinadhibitisha kuwa mwanafunzi amehudhuria masomo. Lakini hana uwezo wa kufanya vitendo mbalimbali kama kazi za mkono.
Anapozaliwa lazima awe na cheti ili kudhibiti
pahali anapozaliwa na penye ametoka.
Mtajie maana ya fanani katika kazi ya fasihi.
Kielezi cha idadi.
Kielezi cha idadi.
Kielezi cha wakati.
Kielezi cha wakati. Wapige makofi.
Thank you for staying with us. Let's continue with the news where a section of residents of Malindi in Kilifi County have been shocked by the discovery of bodies of two middle-aged men along the Malindi-Mombasa highway. Meanwhile, an 80-year-old man has perished in a fire incident at Kegwa village in Gishugu constituency in Kirinyaga County.
The two bodies of middle-aged men were discovered near Mida Creek, a few meters from the busy Malindi-Mombasa highway. Eyewitnesses said both bodies had visible injuries and blood stains on their heads. The bodies are lying at the Malindi Sub-County Hospital mortuary, awaiting post-mortem as investigations continue. Meanwhile, an 80-year-old man has perished in a fire incident at Kegwa village, Gishugu constituency in Kirinyaga County. The villagers say the body of Mzee Christopher Mwaniki was taken to Yambo Level 5 Hospital mortuary as investigations continue.
Jana usiku nisikia nduru, nikauliza usiku ni nini, huyu maikasi nikasema ni baba yangu anachomekea kwa nyumba. Sasa tukaanza kupiga nduru usiku.
In Nairobi County Police in Kayole are holding two suspects believed to be drug dealers. Njiru Sub-County Police Commander John Owoth says they recovered 130 kilograms of bang and a vehicle with a fake number plate after a tip-off from members of the public.
Tulipata habari kwamba iko watu wanasafirisha bangi kutoka hii area. So officers wetu kutoka Obama wakakuja na kwa ukweli wakapatikana watu na hizi bidhaa.
Elsewhere, residents of Ilbisil town, Kajiado County, have taken the fight against drug abuse in their own hands, launching a door-to-door crackdown that led to the discovery of dozens of rolls of bang and a male suspect handed over to authorities in Ilbisil police station.
Ile madhara tumepata kwa sababu ya bangi, hatutatulia, hatutapumzika, hatutanyamaza mpaka kila mtu ambaye anafanya kazi ya bangi bisil atoke bisil.
Tilio Marco for Legends Edition.
Chief Justice Martha Koome has urged women to shun retrogressive cultures and be resilient and courageous in their quest for leadership. Koome says resilience is cultivated through discipline, purpose, and overcoming adversities.
Speaking in Nairobi during the launch of her autobiography, Courting Courage, that paints a picture of her personal journey, shaped by rural upbringing and perseverance in Kenya's education system, the Chief Justice cited mental and emotional strength as vital for leadership.
When we had our firstborn, I was only 21 years old. I had just finished Form 6. I went to the university with my child. That's why I give the story of writing a term paper when you're breastfeeding with the other hand.
Upon her admission to the bar in 1987, she joined FIDA Kenya, ascending to its leadership in its 1997 polls for a two-term tenure. During her early days as a lawyer, she started her practice at the law firm of Jennifer Shamala, a prominent figure in the struggle for multi-party democracy. It was a trying moment as the Swedes were dismissed for being against President Moi's regime.
With Eugene Kamang, on behalf of FIDA, against one Daniel Arap Moi, for failing to take into consideration the gender parity when nominating representatives of the East Africa Parliament.
Former Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who was the chief guest during the launch, lauded Koome's empowerment of women, building networks and leadership. Koome intends to launch another book on her service as Chief Justice.
We have to be able to look behind and see there are others who are influenced by the knowledge and the values you have.
Michael Moniga for Legends Edition.
After nearly 2 decades behind bars, a journey that began with a death sentence and countless appeals, one man is finally home. Joseph Kinyamugo had once resigned to spending his life in prison after being convicted of robbery with violence, but all that changed when his sentence was commuted. His return to Kabuti village, Kirinyaga County, was not just emotional, but a chance to turn over a new leaf. Take a look. His last meal in prison, the last time to share this prison dormitory with fellow inmates. For 18 years, these walls had defined Joseph Kinyamugo's world. Then, the gate swung open, free at last. Almost 2 decades of longing dissolved into one tight embrace from his wife Ribarata Wanjiro and family.
Nimekuja hapa siku ya leo nikiwa na furaha sana ya kukunjia huyu mpenzi wangu. Amekaa gerezani miaka 18 na nimemungoja tu nikifumiria na siku ya leo nimemkunjia nikiwa na furaha tere ya kumkaribisha nyumbani tena kama baba Hilda.
Back home in Kabuti village, anticipation had been building. Residents gathered along the road as a convoy escorted Joseph. Joseph was just 27 years old when he was arrested in a dramatic security operation and convicted of robbery with violence. He was handed a death sentence.
Mimi kwangu hata sijaamini. Ni kama vile ulikuwa unasikia wana wa Israeli wakitoka huko Misri walikuwa wanaona ni kama ndoto.
He would serve time in correctional facilities including Kamiti Maximum Prison, Kamiti Medium Prison and later Maranjao GK Prison.
Nilipotoka main nikakunja medium, Kamiti Medium. Nilipata watu wakihesabu siku. Wananiambia mimi nimembakisha siku 100, siku 50. Mimi nikajaribu kuhesabu yangu, kichwa ikaniuma.
The sentence was later commuted to life imprisonment. But within those walls, something else was happening. Joseph immersed himself in reform programs and land carpentry.
Nimesoma mambo ya carpentry and joinery, nikakuwa na morali wa kuendelea. Nikasema mimi sitakufa moyo kwa sababu niliona sasa watu wengi wanafika njera wanakosa matumaini.
Senior Superintendent of Maranjao Prison, Dr. Humphrey Young, says society must welcome back those who have paid their dues.
So tunaangalia huyu mtu. Tunaweza mweka katika ile rehabilitation program gani ile mzuri ndio akitoka gerezani aenda kuwe citizen mwenye anaweza fanya nini? Anaweza fanya kazi, aendeleshe biashara zake kama wale wengine.
Sisi wote ni wakosaji, ni venye hatujashikwa. Kenywa siku ikaharibika akashikwa, wewe ni vile hujashikwa kwa sababu even the Bible says hakuna mtu perfect.
Joseph's sister says the family holds no bitterness.
Venye Kenywa ilienda hiyo miaka 18, tumerudishiwa Kenywa, tunaambiwa kuna new skills. Sisi tulikuwa tunamjua kama mwimbaji. Sasa tunaambiwa ni anauda zile biti za parliament.
Now 44 years old, Joseph is stepping into a world that has moved on without him. But he carries with him something even more valuable, a new perspective.
Nilikuwa nachora wakati nilienda industry. Nachora tu pattern naweka. Yaani watu wananiona ni kama mimi nimechanganyikiwa kwa sababu mtu wako life sentence anachora ati pattern za kuenda nyumbani. Lakini ni imani. Na hiyo imani ndio imefika siku ya leo.
We do indeed wish Joseph the very best as he starts a new life after 18 years behind bars. Now, fish stocks in Lake Naivasha are declining due to failure by the county government to restock the lake and the spread of water hyacinth, raising fears of job and revenue losses for local fishermen. Leaders and beach officials say only one of the 4 landing beaches is legally gazetted, limiting access to county and donor support. Kamere Beach Chairman Raphael Juma noted that despite paying taxes, fishermen were forced to contribute and restock the lake as fish catch continues to decline by the month.
Hizi beach zetu zinafaa kuwa declared kama public beach through gazettement, lakini ile beach ambayo imekuwa gazette ni moja peke yake. Ili hali tuko na Kamere Beach, tuko na Karagita Beach na kule Kongoni. Tuko na viongozi wetu wenye hawa wananchi walichagua katika county assemblies na mbunge kule National Assembly ili waweze kuwakilisha wananchi wa Naivasha. Lakini sasa kumekuwa na shida mingi, hawa viongozi wamesahau kazi yao.
Hata leo hii choo yetu iko na kivuli kwa sababu maji imeingia pale, iwezi tumika. Tunaomba tu tukipata mdhamini tuomba hapa shamba watuwekee hapo choo tutumie.
Kwa serikali na President Ruto utusaidie, venye unasaidianga watu tofauti wa kulima. Hata sisi wavuvi utuonekanie, utusaidie.
Savings and credit cooperative societies have been urged to focus on sustainable growth rather than chasing high returns. Speaking during the 42nd annual delegates meeting of Hazina Sacco, Commissioner for Cooperatives David Obonyo stressed that cooperatives must avoid setting unsustainable payout expectations. Obonyo emphasized that the primary role of a SACCO is to promote financial inclusion and provide members with access to affordable credit, not merely to function as a fixed deposit investment platform. Hazina Sacco has declared a 17% dividend on share capital and 10.75% interest on deposits for the year 2025.
The primary goal of joining a SACCO is not to get dividends, but to get an affordable loan that a member can utilize to enhance his socioeconomic activities. So because of that, I know a number of SACCOs, they are really making noise because SASRA has been very strict on repeat payments to SACCOs. And that's why a SACCO like Hazina, which is one of our top cream SACCOs with good governance, financial base, very sound. They have paid 10.75 compared to last year when they paid 11%.
And we want to thank our members because they have patronized our products across the year, which has seen us declare one of the highest dividend this year. Because as you are aware, SASRA regulator and the ministry, they have come up with very strict regulatory framework that is going to look at main operation in the SACCO. To us as Hazina Sacco, regulation is core and we are ready to follow, and that's why we've been able to carry our ADM as per the schedule that we had planned.
Nurture your children by teaching them good morals. That was the message to Muslim faithful in Likoni as they mark the first Friday of the holy month of Ramadan. Nominated Senator Miraj Abdullahi said that elders and religious leaders in society should restore discipline among the youth who have turned to crime. The legislator said Ramadan provides the Muslim faithful with an opportunity to spread messages of peace and love, and that parents should use the holy month to include good morals, to inculcate that good morals in their children.
Kuangamiza kizazi sio suluhu katika jamii yetu. Kwa hivyo naomba wakati tunapoanza malezi ndani ya nyumba zetu, tujue ya kwamba sisi ndo tunaweka msingi wa tabia ya watoto wetu katika jamii. Katika dini hizi mbili tushirikiane ili tuweze kupambana na jinamizi ambalo linatukodolea macho la uongozi mbaya hapa Likoni.
Kwa nini Likoni kuchafuke? Watoto wetu hawasikii, sijui watoto wetu sijui vipanga, sijui watoto wetu hawataki kusoma, sijui maadili yameharibika. Kwa sababu gani? Kwa sababu ya uongozi. Huyu mtoto hatoyafanya haya yote kwa sababu kuna kitu amekosa.
And Saum Makbul to our Muslim brothers and sisters. We look at news-making headlines in the counties, where the government is seeking 9 billion shillings to complete the Thwake multipurpose dam in Makueni County, which is projected to be complete by December 2026. Once complete, the dam is expected to store 688 million cubic meters of water for irrigation, domestic use and power generation. This and more stories in our County News Roundup.
Speaking during a routine inspection at the project site, Water Secretary Engineer Samuel Alima said the dam is now 95% complete, attributing the funding gap to the heightened embankment wall, which has increased construction costs.
We increased the height of the dam from 77.3 to 80.5. This was basically to increase storage because we realized we had a lot of water that can be stored here. And then during construction, we also found a very weak foundation that we had to remove 7 meters deep by width of 50 meters. So all this brought in changes in the cost of the project.
Elsewhere, the Government Delivery Unit has conducted a high-level inspection tour of key national government development projects across Kwale County, aiming to reaffirm the government's commitment to fast-tracking implementation and strengthening interagency coordination at the county level.
Facility that is being put here will add value to the town, to this as a destination for tourism.
Separately, residents of Musenge area in Kitui County have been assured of safety following long-standing complaints about intruders allegedly bringing in camels to their farms.
Wamama na watoto wa Musenge wamefukuzwa kwa boma zao pale wakakuja kukaa hapa. Viongozi wakakuja wengi kuwaletea msaada bwana county commission. Lakini hao watu bado hawajairudi kwa mashamba yao ambayo iko pale. Ambao hao ni wananchi wa Kenya ambao wanahitaji security kama wananchi wale wengine.
Nikiingia pale mimi naingia kazi, ili kuhakikishia kila mtu nini? Usalama.
Finally, the Nairobi County Government, in collaboration with Heavenly Culture, World Peace and Restoration of Light Kenya, rallied at least 100 youth volunteers to engage in cleaning up parts of the Nairobi River, aiming to improve the county through climate action and environmental conservation.
As youths, we've decided that we want a cleaner environment, and through this we are preaching a message of peace. We have taken it as a project, our project, and we are planning to do this every month.
Reporting for Legends Edition, my name is Joy Naomi.
Halo, nani mwenzangu?
Yes, hello. Yambo kiongozi. Unaongea na Simon na tumeona hii shamba yako iko na nafasi nzuri sana ya kuwekelea transformer. Na sisi tuko tayari kukupea 3 million Kenya shillings kama leasing fee.
When the deal is too good, think twice.
Lakini kitu moja inanishangaza na wewe.
Hii ni kuhatarisha maisha yenu nyi wenyewe na pia ya wale mnaenda kutokea kwa manyumba zao.
We are diving into the mind. Stay vigilant to get safely and legally connected to the power grid.
Koti hii imewapata na hatia na mkiwa mkuridhika na uamuzi wa koti mko na siku 14 za kurudisha apili.
Kenya Power hailipi mtu yoyote kulispace ili kuweka transformers kwa shamba. Hakuna mtu anafaa kupigia for any deals.
Kwanza nakata hii simu na naripoti sai.
Tumekuja kuwashika. Muda boss utamulikwa. Tumekuja kuwashika.
Niko na shida naweza taka unisaidie.
Wache uongo. Mimi ndio mwalimu mkuu wa hii shule.
Na haja ya kwenda kwa ofisi ya OCS.
And where are the requirements?
Chief alisema tutazipata hapa.
Sasa hii ni kazi gani tunafanyishwa shule?
Upate watoto wako 10, mimi nipate watoto wangu 10, kiwiki tunapatiwa off.
Hapana, mimi nayo zivunda.
Mama wewe.
Wewe nani wampigia kelele hivyo?
Mama unaharibu mama.
Nini
unachoma hapa hivi?
Nachoma nini?
Siwache basi tufanye till.
I'm not of that class.
Mama,
hizi ni nini umevaa?
Kwani uchaburaia? Mahali imefika kwa hii maisha naweza hata kunywa shangaa ile nawaka.
A very good evening to you. My name is Daniel Wahome and welcome to Legends Edition Sport. We start with golfwear overnight leader KBC Jarvis held on to top spot on the leaderboard as round 3 of the Magical Kenya Open came to a close at the par 70 Karen Country Club. The lone Kenyan to play in the final round, Njoroge Kifogo, dropped 20 places but is still in the hunt for a share of the $2.7 million prize pass. Warning that thunderstorms could hit Nairobi County and its surroundings. Rounds 3 and 4 of the Magical Kenya Open were drawn to have play, closed by 2 p.m. At an overcast Karen Country Club, KBC Jarvis of South Africa carried a round of 4 under par 66 for a total of 17 under par 193. He was joined at the top of the leaderboard by Spain's Angel Ayora, who had a round of 6 under par 64 for a total of 17 under par 193.
Yeah, I think I played pretty solid. Played the front 9 really nicely, just didn't make as many putts as I would have liked. But, I mean, yeah, a bit of a shaky 10th hole, but brought it back nicely.
Well, today was an amazing round, free bogey. You know, that's an amazing feeling. But, yeah, I'm playing very good and hope to repeat that tomorrow.
Njoroge Kifogo, who is the sole Kenyan still in the tournament, had a round of 4 over par 74 to have a total of 1 under par 209 and drop to joint 67th.
No, I have a lot to fight for. Obviously, I wanted a top 10 and get into SA Open next week, but gonna have to wait. But yeah, there's a lot to fight for. Still gonna go out there and fight no matter the outcome.
The Magical Kenya Open will come to a close tomorrow, with the winner taking home 62.3 million Kenya shillings. And AFC Leopards have closed the gap between them and FKF Premier League leaders Gor Mahia to just 3 points after beating Posta Rangers by 2-1 in one of the top flight matches played today. Leopards scored 2 quick goals in the first half, and Posta's search for a point did not succeed in the second half as they only managed to pull a goal back, walking away empty-handed. Shabana FC meanwhile moved up to third behind Leopards after beating Tusker FC by 1-0 in the first game of match day 21. Nairobi United leapfrogged Tusker after beating Bidco by 3-0, but the two remain equal on 28 points. Moranga Seal remained 5th, 2 points above Bandari, who defeated them by 3-2, while Kariobangi Sharks moved 1 point above the relegation zone after being held to a 1-0 draw by Mathare United, who are 11th on 27 points. Kariobangi Sharks versus Mathare United was live on KBC Channel 1.
Anayo Michira, inajazwa ndani huku, nafasi!
Now, Prisons Kenya consolidated their position at the top of the men's league in the Kenya Volleyball Federation National League after another straight-set victory over Western Prisons in today's second-leg matches. The final second-leg matches will be played tomorrow at the Kasarani Indoor Arena.
Kenya Prisons took the first set 25-22 before winning the other 2 sets 25-21 and 25-13. In another match, Trailblazers staged a strong comeback to defeat Eldowas 3-1 in a pulsating encounter at the Kasarani Indoor Arena. Eldowas drew first blood, taking the opening set 25-21 with composed attacking play and disciplined defense. But Trailblazers responded in style, matching their opponents point for point to claim the second set 25-21 before tightening their grip on the match with a 25-20 win in the third. The fourth set proved dramatic, with both sides trading blows in a tense finish. Trailblazers held their nerve to seal it 27-25, completing an impressive turnaround and boosting their momentum in the second leg campaign. KDF marched on with a 3-1 victory over Kenya Army in the all-military affair. Frederick Mwoki for Legends Edition.
And 18 Kenyan drivers will be among the 46 crews that will compete at the WRC Safari Rally Kenya, which will also serve as the first round of the Kenya National Rally Championship. The WRC Safari Rally Kenya will be held from the 12th to the 15th of March in Naivasha.
Former Kenyan champion Jasmine Chana, Pauline Shegu and Lisa Christopherson are among 18 Kenyan drivers that will take to the tricky sections of Naivasha, competing in the KNRC but also racing alongside the best drivers of the world, who will be competing in the WRC Safari Rally Kenya, which is the third round on the 14-round WRC series. Other drivers who will also be competing for national honors as well include two-time African champion Karan Patel, Akif Virani, Saman Vohra, Issa Amwari, Hamza Anwar and Jeremiah Wahome, who will also compete in the rally too. Paraplegic driver Nikhil Sachania will compete in the KNRC and Rally 3. Last year's Safari Rally Kenya winner Elfin Evans lead the top-ranked drivers of the WRC that will compete in Naivasha, with his eyes set on winning the Safari again, fresh from winning Rally Sweden and moving to the top of the standings.
And the 2026 Kenya Basketball League tipped off last night, with Nairobi City Thunder delivering a powerful statement to their opponents with a thunderous win in the first game of the season. Thunder overpowered Equity Dumans 105-67 in a high-octane clash that thrilled fans and underlined their championship ambitions. The reigning Kenyan champions impressed in all the quarters, with Fahim Juma being named the most valuable player with 24 points and 7 rebounds. The Lady Titans were beaten by Swish 60 points to 49 in the Ladies Premier League. In the Division 1 matches played today, Don Bosco defeated Ivy Morans 75-11, while in the women's matches, Eagle Wings beat Multimedia University 50 points to 26.
Kenya is playing her part by hosting two exemplary and exceptional Olympians in Kenya who are using their legacy to actually empower girls through sports.
I believe education is powerful, and I think the more women can learn and empower themselves, that was my first really big milestone.
Education was priority, and then your athletic pursuits were going to have to come in second place.
The girls' capacity in this country is limitless. They can be absolute change makers, and I think believing in themselves, using the communities around them and lifting each other up.
If you're driven and you have a belief in yourself and you know or are curious about a direction, keep pushing, keep driving, because you will find the people who want to support that.
And welcome back to Legends Edition Sport. The 2026 FIFA World Cup co-host Canada have finalized preparations for this year's global showpiece in the city of Toronto and Vancouver. Canada's High Commissioner Joshua Taba said his country is ready to welcome fans from around the world when the tournament kicks off on the 11th of June to the 19th of July. Taba, who graced KBC Channel 1 Game On show today, said they boast of world-class facilities and a vibrant atmosphere which will ensure fans get the ultimate World Cup experience from the first time from the coast. He also encouraged Kenyans to turn out in large numbers to cheer their favorite teams on football's biggest stage, while also watching out for scammers who will take advantage of the showpiece. Canada will co-host the FIFA World Cup with the USA and Mexico.
Canada is holding its breath about this opportunity to welcome the world to Canada. It's only a few months away now, and there's so much excitement building. We're very thrilled to be able to host games in 2 of our cities, and this World Cup is different. This is the first time we've ever had a World Cup take place in 3 countries, and so it brings North America closer together. This is also the tournament where the World Cup will go through a major expansion and go from 32 teams to 48 teams and to over 100 different matches. And so it's going to be a massive tournament. It required more than one country to deliver it, and Canada's so excited to be a part of it this time.
The 2026 Chess Mashinani tournament drew an impressive field of 720 young players this weekend as schools from Makueni, Meru, Nairobi and Embu counties converged for a thrilling display of strategy and skill at the Alliance High School. Hosted as a precursor to the much-anticipated Regional Chess Championship slated for the 21st of next month at the Mangu High School. The event saw Jaden Gishui emerge victorious in the boys under-12 category, while Ella Adana delivered an equally impressive performance. The event saw packed halls and intense matchups as players battled across multiple age categories.
Today we have 728 chess players. Yes. Yes, it's a one-day event, which is working as a pre-regional qualifiers, which will hold the regional qualifiers on 21st of March at Mangu High School.
I love chess from the bottom of my heart. This is the 4th year playing chess. The reason why I play chess, it sharpens my mind and helps me perform better.
The reason I play chess is because it's a fun mind teaser, and it's also like just similar to studies. You can make a living out of it. Like, it's a good side hustle when you're after university.
I've loved the game. It has always been a compulsion of mine to play the game. I've always been so passionate about it.
And Danielle Nurani took a time of 2 minutes, 1.84 seconds to emerge victorious during the Peak Sport Age Group Swimming Championships held here in Nairobi. Nurani, who was taking part in the 7 to 8-year-old boys 100-meter individual medley to finish fast ahead of Lucius Njuguna and Telvin Washira, who settled for 2nd and 3rd positions respectively. In the 7 to 8-year-old girls 50-meter backstroke, Kaylee Nabuko came in first with a time of 1 minute and 5 seconds ahead of Modomi Kashugi and Taraji Mwikali, who completed the podium positions. Ahana Varsani was unstoppable in the girls' breaststroke as she sailed through with a personal best time of 1 minute 12.81 seconds. The event brought together more than 200 junior swimmers from across the region.
What we are happy about is that most of the schools that are here is their first time to swim in these events. This tells you how the talent's growing.
I'm going swimming every day from Monday to Saturday. So I finish school, I go for swimming, then I do my other sports. Swimming is the first sport I did. Then I'm like, why not try other sports? So swimming is the reason I'm doing mostly every sport.
I usually do swimming on like Thursdays during games time, and after games there's no classwork, so I'm free. And during Friday, same thing, but then it's usually done as a lesson. And after the lesson, I'm free.
First, I was shy about that. Then my teachers gave me courage. Then I joined it.
And nearly a year after its launch in Nairobi, an inclusive sports initiative led by Alive and Kicking Kenya in partnership with the Kenya Sports Association for the Visually Impaired and the Ministry of Education is steadily transforming access to sports for visually impaired learners across the country. Daniel Mwendwa reports.
Special needs education teachers gathered in Likoni for the program's third national training workshop, marking another milestone in efforts to make physical activity more inclusive in schools.
We have just done a demo on football for the blind, an adapted sport for the learners and the persons living with the visual impairments. And it has been a nice adventure and experience, especially for those who have some sight. Of course, it is an experience of what those who are not sighted feel in the sports discipline.
We have so many learners, especially. We are boarding a unit for visual impairment, and we have at least a total of 18 girls and 32 boys.
The training is equipping teachers with practical skills and specialized equipment, including sound balls and goal ball kits, designed to ensure the learners with visual impairment can actively participate in sports.
I wanted to learn more because I could hear about goal ball, blind football. I could not understand. And as the games teacher there, I didn't have the techniques and the skills. But through this training, I think it's going to help a lot, because as I go back, I just know that I'm going to make a team and will be participating for the first time.
Since its rollout, dozens of teachers have undergone capacity building sessions, while hundreds of specially designed balls have been distributed to schools nationwide.
The equipment will first of all perfect also their skills, because if I have the skill and I don't have the equipment, it is still useless. So since I have the skill and the equipment, I will pass this knowledge to my learners, and I know most of them, because they love football, especially the goal ball. Most of them are really interested in it.
These are plus because these learners have been sometimes left behind in terms of fitness, activities and sports. And this game being an internationally classified, access to the sound ball to the visually impaired is like giving them a whole stadium and platform, which is equivalent to what we have in the regular sports discipline like soccer and the rest. Now, because they cannot access the facilities with the normal soccer experience, now it means giving them a sound ball brings them into their own specialized and adapted world of sport, which is giving them that international competitive ability.
Organizers say the initiative is already changing how physical education is delivered in institutions serving learners with visual impairment.
Zian Fleming netted a 93rd minute equaliser for Burnley as they drew 1-0 with Chelsea to keep the Blues fourth on the English Premier League table, tied on equal 45 points with fifth-placed Manchester United, who play Everton on Monday night. Aston Villa also drew 1-0 with Leeds United, while Brighton defeated Brentford by 2-0. Manchester City play Newcastle later tonight for a chance to close the gap on leaders Arsenal to 2 points. Our weekend football diary summarizes the scores for the top 5 leagues. And so that is all for tonight. Time for me to go and take some rest. Tomorrow, the Magical Kenya Open is going to be played between 7:05 a.m. and 1:40 p.m. By 2 p.m., all play will be done and the presentations will have to happen. So that's how it's been today. Same thing happening tomorrow. My name is Daniel Wahome. Over to you, Mariam.
Thank you so much, Wahome, for that sports update. And on that note, that's where we put a cap on the Legends edition. As always, thank you for your time. My name is Maria, but of course, Byron Aboli was a sign language interpreter tonight. Do have a good night.
hii ukidial *419# option 4 ama uingie kwa tushinde.com, hakuna probox. Jaribu.
Ni ukweli. Yaani nimeshaingia na ndio tunafieka.
Ya inaona iko ndani.
Wanaongelea nini hao?
Ni shamba.
Na sio moja, sio mbili.